Okay, welcome back, both to me and to you. So, as you can see, the sky is beautiful behind me. It's a beautiful spring morning. We have some of our bushes here, and just behind me, a garden box that I put together. And the beauty of the garden box is that it's all about regeneration and recovery. So each year, we take the vegetables that are dead and dying and everything out, and we allow the soil to recover. The same thing is true, however, that we need to recover from and give ourselves time to recover from the things that we do. And we don't think about that I actually need recovery time. Of course, athletes think about that all the time, but we as people aren't conscious. So if we go out for, let's say, a night of eating and drinking, well, we're not 22 anymore. And those of you that are 22, God bless you. You know what? You can do a bunch of stuff right now that later on you won't be able to do. However, for the rest of us, we actually have to start thinking about once I do a workshop or once I go out for a night of drinking and eating and things like that, we need to leave recovery time because we're not as able to recover as we were when we were younger. So every time you do a workshop, I want to ask you, do you leave time and space for you actually to recover, to absorb the things that you just experienced, the things that you just learned, the things that you just heard? Or are you off on something else? Which is, I think, working against yourself. We got to be conscious. I hear new things. I need time to absorb them. I have an experience. I need time to allow my body to absorb them and get conscious of them, as opposed to just taking it in and then putting it into the box where mostly we feel comfortable. Mostly we try to put everything we learn, everything we experience into the box so that we get to control it. And that's crazy because most things that we go to, even if it's the same experience, it's an experience brand new. And we have to give ourselves a chance to re-experience this brand new. So for everything that you do, every relationship that you're in, every time that you actually have a big talk with your partner, do you leave yourself time to reflect, recollect, and recover? To actually go and let it settle? Or are you rushing? And if you're rushing, I'm asking, where are you rushing to? Where is it that if you do more things than anybody else, it gets put on your gravestone, you did more things than anybody else? Who cares? The point is, for all the things that I'm talking about and all the things I'm asking you to be conscious of, is to actually be conscious of so you live a life that is one of quality, that each step along the way, each moment is filled to the utmost, that you're actually doing 100%. So even in recovery, you're recovering at 100%. And look, I'm guilty of this also. When I've had things medically wrong with me or I've been sick, I try to get out of them as soon as I can. I try to be a hero. But I've learned over and over again, to my detriment, that when I rush it, I extend the recovery period. So when I had a major operation, I thought, okay, I'm going to get right back. Because I listened to the doctor. The doctor was trying to be, optimistic to let me know that it wasn't going to be so bad. He said, a lot of people 3 days later. Well, that's not true. It was 6 months, a minimum, and I pushed that and I extended my recovery period till I felt like me again out to 18 months. And I kept trying to do more and more and showing and proving that I could do it. And I didn't let myself recover. And I still am active now, and I play tennis, and I scuba dive, and I snorkel, and I keep active, and I keep doing workshops. But if I do not give myself time to recover, if I'm not conscious of where I am at this moment as opposed to where I want to be or where I think I should be because I've done this before, if I don't, it always extends the recovery period beyond not only what I expected, beyond what I thought, but now I'm no longer at my prime, at my optimal. So I want you to start thinking about, wow, okay, I'm at this age. Good, great, you made it. But now also, what is really necessary for me to recover? You sprain your ankle. What's really my recovery period as opposed to what I read? I have a big upset in the family. What's my period of recovery? I learned something brand new. How much time am I going to give myself to actually absorb it? And not just here, but absorb it in my body so that it becomes part of me. One of the great things I read about and had learned, Tiger Woods, who was one of the greatest golfers ever, when they just changed a little thing on his grip, it took him practicing every single day, 6 months, to get it into his body so he no longer had to think about it. So if this is a man who's doing it every day, practicing, focusing, concentrating, already has talent way beyond the rest of us, and diligently 6 months, how about us? Are we going to be conscious about what it takes for us to hear, to absorb, to experience, to learn, to recover, so that we can actually be at our optimal? And that's a really great way of taking care of ourselves. Until next time, this is Larry Gilman. Talk to you soon. Keep being conscious about being conscious.